Why is it so hard to revitalize Sami languages? Imagine trying to bring back a language that has been silenced for generations. That's what many Sami communities are working to do today. Their languages are part of their deep heritage and identity, but reviving them isn't simple. Long ago, Scandinavian governments, including those of Sweden, Norway, and Finland, used policies that pushed Sami languages aside. Schools and churches often forced Sami children to speak the majority language, like Swedish or Norwegian. Sami children were taken from their families and placed in schools where their language was forbidden. This caused a break in passing the language from parents to children, creating emotional wounds that still affect communities today. The Sami languages are not all the same. There are several types, like North Sami, South Sami, Ume Sami, and Pite Sami. North Sami has around 25,000 speakers, but even it is endangered. Smaller languages like South Sami and Pite Sami have only a few elderly speakers left. Because Sami people are spread out over large areas across Scandinavia, it's hard for these languages to stay alive in daily life. Many Sami live far from each other, making it tough to keep the language flowing naturally. Even though Scandinavian countries have made policies to protect Sami languages, putting those policies into real practice is tricky. Sami communities sometimes feel emotional about their language because of past discrimination. Some see revitalization efforts as a women's issue, which limits involvement from the whole community. Also, most people outside the Sami community know very little about their languages, so there is little support from the wider society. This makes it harder for Sami to use their language outside their homes and communities. Education is another big challenge. Teaching Sami in schools often doesn't work well because most teaching is done in the majority language. Sami children learn their language best from family and community, not from formal lessons. Today, there are Sami kindergartens and language groups, but they need more support and new ways to reach children and young people. Funding, trained teachers, and resources are all needed to help these efforts grow. Revitalizing Sami languages is difficult because of a long history of suppression, small and scattered groups of speakers, emotional scars, and the challenge of making policies work in real life. It takes a lot of time, patience, and community effort to keep these languages alive. But with continued support and understanding, Sami languages can find their way back into everyday life, helping preserve their unique heritage and identity for future generations.